Okay, Stuart Colman, prolific producer, famous producer from the last 3 decades, in fact. Now lives in New York, an English producer, yet he's come all the way across to Hull and East Yorkshire to produce a locally based band. Stuart, why have you come all the way across here?
Well, there's talent afoot, basically. You hear a great demo, you meet the guys, you realise there's energy, there's commitment, all of the elements that go to make a band that's going to zoom in time to come. Now that sounds like it could happen every 5 minutes, but it doesn't. The guys who I'm working with have the same work ethic and commitment that I probably had when I was back in the 60s going around the country in the back of an old ice cream van, as so many bands did. But Hull has always had this pull for me because I'm a Yorkshireman, I'm from Harrogate, and it's a hidden gem. This city is a hidden gem in as much as there's talent here, there's history, there's an attitude you will certainly not get in a bigger city like London, obviously, or even Birmingham or Manchester. So I feel very much at home in the situation I'm with now, and why I've jumped on a plane. I'm still suffering from jet lag, but I did leave a tornado behind in New York, which is not a bad thing. So there you go.
That's right. But there are so many bands nowadays that are trying to make it big time, trying to scratch a living. Yannick must have something special for you to come over, 4,000 miles to see them.
Yannick, to me, have individuality. You can look at the 5 members of the band. First of all, they look good. They've got the image, which is far better than a big pot-bellied guy with a bald head, yourself included.
Yeah.
But they have a roundness between the 5 of them. Let's use the Beatles as a good example, even the Monkees. All of the individual members had a character of their own, an individuality, whether it was a height, the way they spoke, the way they dressed, the humour. That's there in Yannick, and then when you hear the music, you just know this band is special, and that sets them apart from the Rush.
Now you spent the last 2 days working on one particular track. Are you pleased with what's come out of this session?
I'm delighted with what we've got from this 2-day visit, because the band have done their homework up front and they've prepared themselves, which to me it's like taking, it's like a chef. All the ingredients are there, I turn the gas on and stir the pot. But I can't do that if I'm not being served the right bits and pieces. But they've done that up front. Even in the studio, to have a laptop and be rewriting for probably the 10th time the lyric until it's honed for perfection, and then going straight in and cutting it. And the guy's actually singing the words off the laptop screen, which is very unusual because it's usually typed out or handwritten. So that's a new one for me. I like that very much. So the preparation is very important, and Yannick have got it.
Yeah, that's right. Now you worked with such artists as Shaking Stevens, Cliff Richard, The Shadows, Kim Wilde, many, many more. I mean, how have times changed since the 80s in the recording studio?
One of the things that really was beneficial to me was the digital age was starting when I was starting to produce. We were going from analog to digital very quickly, and the very first Flying Faders SSL Logic desk came into use at Chiswick in 1981 at a studio called Eden, which is where I was producing Shaky, and in fact I did most of my early productions there. So I was working on brand new equipment when everybody was learning it by the seat of the pants. And funny enough, I'd been producing in a minor way at the BBC for Radio 1, and when they fitted their studio out with several of these equipment-friendly digital things, they asked me down to discuss it with the engineers and give a little talk. And I said, well, all I can say is the damn things are amazing. It's the future. So here we are 20 odd years later, and the digital world has refined everything. the clarity, the punch is all there, and Yannick have come out of that melting pot of the new era. They're very much a part of today's music. I love it. It's fantastic.
Well, can I wish you a long, well, no, sorry, can I wish you a good trip back to New York? And hopefully you'll get some warmer weather back again after your couple of days in East Yorkshire working with Yannick, and we hope to see you again.
You can't keep me away. I love coming here and I love producing there, but you jump on a plane, if you leave New York at the crack of dawn, you could be in England at 7:30 in the evening, ready to go to work.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. The best of both worlds. Love New York, love coming to Hull. Here's to the next time.